I still remember the day they tore me apart with their words. Sharp, sneering, utterly dismissive. We sat around the dinner table, a place that used to be filled with warmth and laughter. But that night, it felt like I was sitting in a room full of strangers, alien and hostile. My father looked at me with disdain. My mother's eyes flickered with contempt. And my brothers, oh, they had no shortage of cruel jabs. Quantum cryptography? You're wasting your life on overambitious nonsense. My brother scoffed, pushing his plate aside. You're just a kid with a silly dream. You'll fail, just like everyone said. Back then, I was chasing a flickering hope, an untested idea about using the strange, intricate rules of quantum physics to create unbreakable security for everyone. Everyone told me I was living in Fantasyland. The tech giants, the academics, the world of real business, none of them took me seriously. They called it impossible, foolish, a waste of talent. But I saw something different. I saw the future. Then I refused to stay silent just because they laughed. They labeled me an embarrassment, an outsider. My family's ridicule cut deep. I'd fought so hard just to be heard, to prove that what I believed in had value, but I couldn't let their words define me. I knew that if I was going to build something meaningful, I had to leave that hollow, mocking world behind. So I did. I packed my bags, turned my back on their scorn, and stepped into the uncharted. It was a lonely, brutal road initially. I worked day and night, pouring every ounce of my soul into developing ethical quantum encryption, something no one dared to dream of. While the world mocked the very idea of quantum security that could protect individual privacy and global communications, I relentlessly pursued it. Every setback felt like a blow. My funding pulled, colleagues doubting, the technology itself teetering on impossibility. But I refused to give up. I saw the potential, not just for security, but for integrity, a way to restore trust in a world drowning in deception. Years passed, and slowly I broke through the noise. I invented a new encryption protocol rooted in quantum principles, one that prioritized transparency and ethics over profit. It was a paradigm shift. Governments, corporations, and private citizens embraced it, and suddenly, what was once dismissed as fantasy became the backbone of a new, secure era. I watched as my work transformed digital landscapes, protecting millions, ensuring privacy, and creating a wave of trust in technology that hadn't existed before. But the true turning point came not in the labs or the conferences, but in the moment I returned home. After my breakthrough, I came back to the very place I'd fled, the land of my childhood, the town where they'd mocked my dreams into oblivion. I wanted them to see what I'd become, to face the consequences of their cruelty with the truth of my success. I arrived unannounced, standing on the porch of the old house, the familiar sight of the family's farm, the same fields that once seemed so barren and unremarkable stretched out before me. I was no longer just a dreamer. My work had helped turn this neglected soil into a thriving ecosystem. I had restored life where there had been only dust and despair. I had transformed the land into a testament that perseverance, belief, and integrity could conquer even the harshest doubts. I stepped inside. My family gathered, eyes wary, faces lined with years of skepticism. They saw me, standing tall, confident, radiating a quiet strength that I had earned through years of relentless struggle. And then I revealed my secret project, an ecosystem, a network of interconnected, sustainable life sources, all protected by the ethical quantum encryption I'd pioneered. What happened next is etched into my memory forever. They watched in stunned silence as I demonstrated how the secure quantum links allowed data and energy to flow seamlessly, reliably, and, most importantly, ethically. Their expressions shifted, the looks of doubt melting into awe, regret, and finally, understanding. The same family who once called my dream ridiculous now saw what I'd created, an environment thriving beyond their wildest expectations, a living proof that I had not failed, but had fought and won against the odds. That moment, standing there, I realized something profound. The true power of perseverance isn't just in the victory itself, but in their words, once sharp and cruel, had been replaced by silence and awe. I saw in their eyes a mirror of regret, yes, but more than that, a recognition of who I'd become. The kid they mocked for chasing impossible had built something lasting, meaningful, and revolutionary. And as I looked at them, I felt a deep, unwavering peace, because I understood that betrayal and rejection, when faced with unwavering conviction, can forge a path to greatness, that failure isn't final, only a stepping stone, that the dreams dismissed as fantasy can become reality through resilience, integrity, and relentless faith in oneself. In that moment, I offered forgiveness, not for their sake alone, but for mine, because I knew that the real victory was never in their acknowledgement, but in my unwavering pursuit of what I knew was right. And I wished them to understand that too, the importance of believing in what seems impossible, of holding on to your vision even when the world laughs. Now, I stand here, not as the kid they mocked, but as a testament to perseverance. My work continues to grow, and the ecosystems I've nurtured are a living proof that integrity, passion, and persistence will always outshine cynicism. My family's judgment no longer wounds me because I've built something enduring, not just a thriving environment, but a legacy rooted in hope, resilience, and the impossible is only so until someone dares to try. And that, I know, is the real power of dreams.